right, welcome to One Nation of Sports Soccer Magazine Extra, and I am your host, Kirk DeMars, and I am, as always, joined by the man out in Colorado, my son-in-law, Jay Gill. We can never wait to get him on soon enough, so the faster the better. Who knows what Jay will say, but guess what? You're going to be the ones to hear it tonight. Jay, how are you doing, buddy?
Man, I am doing good. You always set me up like I am this horrible person. Like
No.
you never know what this guy's gonna say.
Well, we don't.
He's
I'm
like
just telling the truth.
Den he's like the Dennis the Menace of adults, I'm telling you. And you're probably not wrong. You know what? You're probably not wrong.
Well, we love it, and I know that the guy that we have on here with us tonight, I know he loves it, and I know he cannot wait for those speed round questions that you've got for him because
I
you hit
hope
him
not.
with some pretty good whoppers last time, and you're still getting him about his food choice. I don't know why.
I'll I have quite a bit written up about his food choice that I can't wait to talk about when we get to the speed round. So if that's not enough to entice viewers to stick around, I don't know what is. But tonight we have on our show one of our community's former star soccer players, and he's coming back on our show to update us on the competition at the college level and what he's been doing all summer. So the last time we had the soccer player um, for the Columbia College, Mr. Ethan Blake himself, we had him on. It was on May 23rd. I wrote that date down. And since then, Ethan has gone on an absolute tear playing club soccer, and we are super excited to dive into what he's been up to. But just a little refresher in case you didn't catch that last episode. Um, as a freshman at Columbia College, he earned the American Midwest Conference Freshman Player of the Year award. And Ethan is only the seventh Cougar in Columbia College history to earn that award. This summer, Ethan has been playing a lot of soccer with his club team. And so let's get him on the show, Dad, so he can update all of our listeners on what he has been doing and how he's gearing up for his second year at Columbia College. I'm excited to talk to Mr. Ethan Blake. There he is. Woo!
Hey, Ethan, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you guys?
I am good. Hey, I want to just quickly point out to our listeners there is a flock of bald eagles flying over Jay's internet and messing with his microphone reception. So it's either that or one of his whiskers is brushing up against the thing. We don't know, but we couldn't figure it out. But anyway, he's good. Just have fun and listen to him because it's what he says. It's not how he says it, right?
I appreciate that. I have the direct monitor feedback going right into my earbuds, and I have nothing on my end, so I
Yeah.
don't know what the internet's doing
Yeah, it's okay.
between
I mean,
here and there.
it's
Sorry.
not like there's not any mountains between us. I mean, come on. And I
So
did
Ethan, oh,
and I did like
I
the
was
idea of a flock of bald eagles. Just because
hey,
we.
I mean, it's your relatives. I can't argue with them. You are the bald eagle.
Speaking
So
of relatives,
Ethan,
your mom's watching, Jay.
hey mom, good. Hey mama, this voice is totally normal, mom. Don't worry about it. So, anyways, Ethan, we are super excited you're on. Thank you. I know you're extremely busy. You look handsome as ever. I have to comment on that. You're always looking better. I'm always getting grayer. It just is what it is.
I'm always
But
staying bald.
you're always staying bald. But talk to us about your busy summer. I want to hear about the NPSL. Hopefully, I said that right. And I also want to hear about a club used Atletico. How do you say it? They're in St. Louis.
Atletico.
Atletico.
Club Atletico, right there in St. Louis. I'd love to hear about that and how awesome your summer's been. Pour it on us.
Yeah. So the NPSL National Premier Soccer League. It's basically just a semi-pro soccer league that just runs all over the country. There's a lot of teams. Club Atletico is one of them. I play for Club Atletico. This was my first year they actually didn't play last year due to COVID. While a lot of teams did play, they decided not to participate due to COVID. But this year it was kind of like, getting the team back together. Everybody, the organization decided to field a team this year. And so, yeah, I tried out, made the team, and yep, that's what my summer's been like. Pretty much just traveling up and back from St. Louis 2-3 times a week for practices and games and stuff. So, yeah, very busy.
That's awesome. I'd love to hear how did you get started with this club, Club Atletico, and then semi-professional. That's legit, man. That's cool. I didn't know that. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so basically, I tried out for a couple different teams for summer ball for club, and most of all the club that you can find for collegiate players are considered semi-pro. There's different levels of leagues and stuff like that, but the NPSL and USL2 are the most, I guess, uh, known to people. But basically, I tried out for a couple teams. I heard about Club Atletico tryout. I still hadn't decided where I was going to play or if I was going to even make a team. I wasn't even really planning on going to the Club Atletico tryout, but I had a break in my schedule. I was like, Dad, we might as well go. Like, just do it. Why not? At least I can go play a little bit. Went out, played actually really well, surprisingly. Normally, I'm not very good at those tryouts sometimes, depending
Oh,
on depending,
sure.
sometimes not terrible, just like
Okay.
sometimes I feel like I could play better, but I thought I played really well for the tryout. Ended up getting a call, I think like a day or two later, and they decided that they wanted me to be on the first team, and I was going to be traveling to games and dressing and all that stuff. So obviously I was like, yeah, heck yeah, I'll take that. So joined them, and then yeah, but they originate in St. Louis. Most of the players there are from St. Louis, but yeah, I was an outsider a little bit.
Well, Ethan, I mean, you kind of just very lightly touched on all that. I mean, yes, and you played very well. Why don't you tell us about some of the awards that you received in just playing? Okay.
So yeah, I played. I think I don't know where it was where it ended, but I think I at one point I was pretty high up there on most minutes played for the NPSL. I played a lot. I played a lot of 90-minute games. I think like maybe one of the smallest minute games I've ever played was 45, and that was just taking a rest game kind of thing. But but basically I played a lot. I made for the month of July, I think. Is it July right now? Or no?
August. We're in August.
Was it July before August?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure. Anyways, yeah. So for the month of July, I made for the whole NPSL, I made basically like a starting 11, if that makes sense. So they put the starting
Oh, yeah.
11 best top
Nice.
performers, and I made that for NPSL, and then I also made for the conference itself, which is about I think like 7 teams. Uh, I made that conference team as well, which was pretty cool. And then I think I was up there on my team. I don't know for sure. I didn't really look into it that much, but I know I think I was one of the top points leaders on the team as well when it comes to like goals and assists and stuff like that.
Well, that's pretty darn good for just trying
Yeah.
out and
Oh, yeah.
seeing
Just
seeing how it
playing.
would go.
Yeah, he says it so cap.
I
Yeah,
know.
I just kind of played some ball this summer. Oh, coach, I kind of want to rest. Can I only play 45 minutes today instead of the full 90? Appreciate that.
Jay
Thanks.
and I were thinking about some of the cornhole games that we had when we were there over the 4th of July, and if some of those went 45 minutes, we had to go sit down.
Yeah. Yeah, my arm was just sore, I'll tell you that. You know, before I keep going, you mentioned, you were like, well, I had a break in my schedule. I said, hey, Dad, can you take me down to these tryouts? And they called you back because, you thought you played really well. But I thought to myself, now, wait a minute. Did they find out your dad was the legendary Scott Blake? And they were like, we got to get this kid signed. This is like LeBron James
Yeah,
Jr. We got to get this
yeah.
kid signed. So was the
No,
Blake name, is that what carried it?
no,
Or
no, no.
just your
No.
skill level?
No, I don't even think I'm not very well known, I guess, in St. Louis because I mean I played club up there, but like I mean, in the high school game, my dad is very well known, but I don't think they didn't even really knew who he was. So it was kind of
I'm
Well,
just saying, your dad is a
Ethan,
legend.
Ethan, I can count on two hands how many people know me from St. Louis, so it's okay. You're all right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
St.
And they're
Louis is so
family, and
big.
most of them are family. So,
Yeah. So how did playing for Club Atletico prepare you for college this year?
oh, so I'd say mostly when it comes to just like physicality of the game and pure conditioning, playing that many minutes and playing how many. I mean, we played every bit of probably 12, 13 games in the matter of a month and a half. Um, cramming all those games into that short period of time really improves your fitness. I felt like I noticed that a lot, especially preparing for college fitness tests and other things like that. Kind of just made it easier, and it was more maintaining my fitness, my game fitness, rather than trying to find that fitness. And also physicality. I'm playing with in the NPSL. I was playing with 26, 27, 28 year olds playing against, heck, I played against a couple 30-year olds. Like these guys are big, very,
Mhm.
they know the game well. They're smart. They've played for a long time. So just being able to like physically withstand, tackles and things like that was, I think, the biggest thing that I guess, prepared me for school.
well, explain to everybody a little bit about tackles, and because they're thinking soccer. What's that about? Tell us about tackles.
So like when somebody takes the ball from you, like being able to hold them off and not let them, take the ball from me, I think was the hardest thing because for Columbia College as a freshman, I thought I did pretty good at that, but had no idea how hard people could hit you until I joined the NPSL. So it definitely helped just boost my physicality on the field.
Very cool.
That yeah, that's definitely something that I would not have thought of a whole lot. I mean, I know obviously that you could get kicked. I mean, I know that that can happen, and that's why they wear shin guards, correct?
Right.
So tell us a little bit about before we go on to our break. I want to find out a little bit. What were some of the highlights during your time playing the summer with Club Atletico?
I'd say, whew, man, highlights. First of all, just getting the start. I mean, getting to be on the starting lineup every game was pretty nice. I'd say that was definitely a highlight for me because I was going in having no expectations at all. Um, but I'd also say I think I had I think three game-winning goals, which were pretty
Hmm.
pretty fun. I scored like a free kick, left foot shot from outside the box, and then I can't remember what the third one was. But I'd say stuff like that, like having meaningful moments that
Hmm.
really impacted the score line and made it to where like the team won. Especially because at the start of the season, we didn't have all our players at the start of the season due to college and all that stuff. So we first couple games we were struggling. We just didn't have the chemistry either because we didn't play during COVID, and so it was all new players. We're the youngest player in our we're the youngest team in our conference. Everybody's very young. We don't have these older guys, so it took us some time to kind of get used to playing with each other and playing in the NPSL and just being able to help my team kind of turn things around, in the middle of the season and start playing better and get some wins and stuff like that was definitely big.
Okay. So, you say older guys. We need to define on this program what older is. So, what is too old?
I mean, I don't know if there's such thing as too old.
Okay,
I
that's a good
mean,
answer.
He said just look at Jay. Whatever Jay is, too old.
and then multiply that with Kirk. That's awesome. So I did want to ask you, where do a lot of the your teammates, where did those guys come from? I know they come from all over the place, but where do they come from?
so Chloe Atletico, they really try to recruit mostly, I would say, St. Louis people. Really, I mean, they try to keep it kind of a at home type of thing. So mostly everybody that is on the team either is from St. Louis and is playing at a college maybe somewhere around the country,
Okay.
or is somewhere around the country. Like I think we had some players, international players, but they play on teams in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So really, it's mostly just if you are living in St. Louis, basically, is kind of what they were going for. I was definitely kind of. I don't even know. I think I might have been the only, if not maybe like one or two people who didn't really live in St. Louis or play in St. Louis. I was like the only one. I think I had the longest travel time too. So it was just, but yeah, it's pretty much if you're kind of around the area, that's kind of the people they try to get into the program. They don't really want to recruit all these people from all over the place. They kind of want to try to see if, I guess, really, really kind of put St. Louis on the map and
Mm-hmm.
represent St. Louis by using St. Louis talent.
Yeah, and it probably
Very
really
cool.
helped as far as fan support as well.
Right.
Okay, good. Jay, anything else you want to add before we go to our break?
Well, I mean, yeah, I always have more questions.
Well, yeah,
So
good.
how far spread out is the NPSL? I mean, I know you were playing in your conference, so how far do you have to travel? Like,
So for conference, you only play in how NPSL works is you basically play in your conference. Then if you're for us, at least for our conference, if you were in the top 4 in your conference, then you went to playoffs, and then from there you could travel wherever you wanted, I guess, depending on who you're playing in the nation. But for us, I think the farthest, I know we traveled up to Kansas City. I know we traveled Arkansas, Oklahoma. We traveled down there. I'd say probably
oh,
Oklahoma, probably Tulsa was probably one of the farthest trips.
No
awesome.
Colorado trips.
I don't think so.
You wouldn't have seen Jay. You would have,
You would.
been
I
in.
would have been. I would have been at the game, shirt off. Chest painted. I would have. I would have had your face just painted on my chest. And I'd have been
and
hashtag
and
hashtag Ethan Blake hashtag #1 fan. I'd have been
yeah.
there for you, buddy. I would have been.
And obviously that is why he did not tell you. That's awesome. Hey, Ethan, you're doing a great job, man. This has been a lot of fun. We're going to go ahead and hit our sponsors real quick, and we'll be right back for the next segment, as well as the beloved speed round. I know you're ready for this one. All right, we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Not everybody is an 8 to 5 Monday through Friday type. At CNS, we have employment options for the way you want to work with our flexible scheduling program. Flexible scheduling is designed to fit your lifestyle and allows you to be in control of your schedule. CNS offers insurance plans upon employment. Celebrating 45 years of staffing, CNS Business Services.
Say yes to CNS.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
While I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Jay, real quick, would you tell everybody a little bit about our sponsors? You do such a good job with that, and we appreciate them.
Oh, absolutely. We could not have a program without our epic sponsors. And
Epic.
so, epic. And so, first up, we have CNS Business Services. And just like that commercial says, they've been around for 45 years. This is not some fresh company coming off the street. This is an established place. They know what they're doing. If you're looking for a job, if you're trying to find that company where your core values can align between yours and the company's, and you need that flexible scheduling, CNS Business Services, they have the answer. They will work with you. They will help you. We absolutely love that we are partnered with them, so we can't thank them enough. Thank you, CNS Business Services. And then the Missouri Army National Guard. It is July. It's our patriotic.
No, it's
We're
not.
in August now. Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
not
I
wrong.
got to talk to you and Ethan about
Our-
the calendar.
Dude, our lives are so busy. Okay, back off.
Okay,
Anyways, Anyways, last month our patriotic issue come out, and we cannot thank enough about the students who have chosen to follow that calling. And when you read about the statistics, you have about 5% of eligible people in America right now have that calling, is what the estimate is, 5%. But only 1% actually act on it. If you are there, if you're listening, I'm telling you, get with the Missouri Army National Guard. They will help you fulfill your calling. They will get you with the right program, with the right job, and with the right people. We can't thank them enough for their service and dedication to our country. We absolutely love the Missouri Army National Guard. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you. You did an awesome job, as always, Mr. J. Gill. And you know what? We've been having a lot of fun with this guy tonight. We've been hearing
Oh
some
my
good stuff
goodness.
from him. He has been letting it rip, and he is excited. The two of you guys are going to get together after the program. You're going to kind of go through the calendar for the rest of the year, make sure that you got the right dates and all that kind
Absolutely.
of stuff and months lined up. And that way you guys know what's going on for the rest of the year.
Hey, when you get as important as me and Ethan, Dad, we have like little secretaries and
Well,
personal assistants. They just tell us what to do.
I told
We
you.
wake up every day and they're like, "All right, this is where you got to be," and we show up. We
I
don't know
know.
what month
I
it is,
told
what
you I
day it
only have
is.
less than
We're
10 people that know me in St. Louis, and I don't. I mean, that's why. You got people. You've got
That's
people.
right. Thank you. You've got mail. Anyways, look, Dad, the good news is Ethan has not hung up, even though you've been criticizing him.
I
So
am
that's
not
been
criticizing.
okay.
He knows.
Anyways, he hasn't hung up. He's still with us, and so we are excited to dive in. I want to talk a little bit about Columbia College.
Absolutely. Speaking of that, hold on. We got Paige Smith, who works for Columbia College. She is watching the program tonight, and she writes many articles in this magazine, along with the amazing Jay Gill. You guys do an outstanding job. I just wanted to give a quick plug to the two of you on how well you guys do writing in the magazine. So thank you.
Well, I have to just read Paige's writing and pick up tips. She does an outstanding job.
Absolutely.
Love having her a part of this. Uh, so, Ethan, now that we're going to talk about Columbia College, what changes have you made as you prepare for this upcoming season?
Ooh, I'd say definitely fitness. Definitely trying to maintain that fitness, like I said earlier. I felt like last year at Columbia College, I definitely had good fitness. I was one of the more fit guys on the team, but I felt like there's still a lot to improve in that category. I wanted to play longer. I wanted to kind of just feel like I wasn't even really running, kind of just do what I wanted to do. And I felt like I really needed to improve on that. And that was really the main reason. One of the main reasons I wanted to play during the summer was to get more fit and stay game fit all year round. And I felt like at least I hope I've achieved that. We'll see when we go into preseason and all that, see how fit I am. But I think that was definitely the biggest thing I wanted to prepare myself for was the physical demand of maintaining fitness, especially in our system where we play very, very running, a lot of running in our system.
You know, I think one
When
thing. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
I was going to ask, when is preseason? When does that start for you here?
So technically, it starts Wednesday this week. I
There you
move
go.
in Wednesday, and we have our fitness test that evening. So I guess since we do a fitness test, I guess preseason technically starts Wednesday evening.
Very cool.
They don't waste time. It's like this dude's been running 90 minutes a game, and we need to get him in here and go 91. We need to get him. We need to get him to step it up. Ethan, that's amazing. I'm just thinking about 90 minutes of just constantly just moving. And, you know, I know a good training method that Jay and I could probably come up for, for you is that to have the two of us on the field with you and us try to run along with you. And then, when you're laughing, that gets extra oxygen into your lungs, exercises some different muscles that you probably wouldn't normally be exercising when you're out there, really trying to establish your fitness. I think that is a hidden thing that Jay and I could do for you.
Dad, I was super curious where you were going with that. When you said especially run with Ethan, I thought, I don't,
Well,
maybe give me a segue. Like, let me keep up with them that way.
we'd be running, and then he would be running around us as we're running, just like that, just following around, laughing at us. That's what would happen.
Oh, that's exactly what would happen. So now that you've had, I'm sure there are jitters. You don't show it in your game, but I know that there are jitters. You've talked about, your freshman year, things you wish you could have done better. Um, Even though you were, freshman player of the year, it's just like,
Even
okay,
though, yeah,
whatever you say, Ethan, you are so humble. Anyways, now that you have that first year under your belt, you've got this summer with club at Atletico. So now I'm looking at this second year. Do you have the kind of the personal and team goals in mind? What you want to accomplish, and are you feeling better about it going into this second year?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling more confident going into the fall here. I think for me personally, a goal that I want to achieve is I want to get my stats up. I know that's kind. I mean, that's not. I guess it's a little bit selfish in that way, but I'd like to just, I guess, more just contribute to my team more when it comes to the score line. So I'd like to try to increase the number of goals I score. Try to beat the number of goals I scored last year. Same thing for assists. I'd like to get a lot more assists. So those are two personal goals for me. I just want to have a bigger role on Columbia College's team. Feel like I'm contributing to our, game to game. Try to contribute a little bit better now that I have a little bit more confidence built up from Club
Very cool.
Atletico.
awesome.
As for team goals, I want to win a national title. Like we've gotten Final Four the last 2-3 years, and yeah, I wasn't there for the first two, obviously, but I sure as heck was there for the last one. And I
Yep.
know the feeling. I know the feeling. I know I wasn't, I might have not have played 90 minutes in those games, but I was there and I really want it. So that's
Hmm.
kind of, I think that'd be a team goal for me.
Very
Very
cool.
cool. Ah,
And there's nothing selfish about wanting to just do better and help the team win. As you were saying, oh, I might be selfish. I'm like, no, because I know you, and it's not selfish motivated. It's all about the
Jay,
team, and that's awesome.
Jay, what about this comment? Talking about our little training method. Shelly just thinks that that's going to turn out bad.
Yeah, I agree. That's very wise of you, Shelley. If you
Thank
were
you,
a
Shelly.
betting woman,
Thank you
you
thank
should
you for
definitely
wisdom.
bet against us.
Oh,
I
that's
love
great.
it. So, Ethan, talk to us about the coaching that you have received and how that's benefited you as a player.
Okay, so yeah, I think through high school and club before college, I think the biggest coaching or critiques I received was working on my defense. I had a lot of colleges who decided not to offer me or really, I guess, try to get me on their team when I was trying to be recruited simply because they didn't believe that I could defend. So I think that was a little bit of a motivator and a little bit of a obvious coaching tip when you're getting it from multiple coaches that you need to work on your defense. So I worked on that a lot, got a lot better at that over my freshman year as well as during the summer, and got a lot of people, coming up to me and being like, "Hey, it looks like you really improved on your defense." So I think that's one coaching tip that I received a lot during my earlier years before college. In college, I think the biggest coaching tip, or I guess biggest thing I've learned in general from Coach Klein and his system, would have to be discipline, discipline on the field. I felt like I had quite a bit of discipline, especially at JC in our system. We play a lot of defense. It's definitely requires a lot of system or discipline. I mean, but I felt like Coach Klein really helped just engrave that concept into my head, especially with how we play in the pressing style of soccer that we have. And then I think the third thing would be for Club Atletico was creativity, kind of reestablish that mentality into my head. I think I lost a little bit of that in my freshman year, trying to play safe, trying to gain confidence. And I felt like Club Atletico, they really were like, hey, we want you to, play like yourself, be you. And that was the biggest coaching tip I received from Coach Garza up there at Club Atletico, and he really helped me kind of just flourish and kind of start to bring back the old Ethan that I knew before college. So I'm hoping I can kind of not only take the discipline that I learned as a freshman from Columbia College and the creativity that I had when I was younger and kind of, I guess, revamped it at Club Atletico, and I'd like to combine the two and have a heck of a year, sophomore year.
I think you're going to have no problem doing that. And I think, again, we are ready. We are here tonight to prepare you for the mental part of all of it. So, I've got Jay, he's ramping up. He's getting ready for this next part, the speed round. So I'm going to ask this last question as he's getting ramped up here. So, Ethan, I want you to tell us a little bit about the two different levels of competition that you have at Columbia College, as well as playing semi-pro. What's the difference in those two levels of competition?
So I'd say they have a lot of similarities. It's a lot of the best players from in college. It's all the best players in your high school teams, whatever team you were playing before college, they all come together. And so that's really competitive at college. There's a lot of inter squad competition in college. You're competing day in and day out to keep your position, especially with how college soccer is now. There's a lot more people on the rosters. You've got reserve teams, stuff like that. So it definitely makes it more competitive when it comes to the college game. As for club, there's a lot of competition in inter squad as well, because you've got not only can you, I guess everybody's fighting for a position, but the way club works is you can just pick up anybody you want. Like as a coach, if they've got the paperwork done, technically I can roster them. So basically, if somebody's not performing, or if you can get cut, like at Columbia College, I've got my scholarship. I mean, obviously you can get cut, but I feel like you have less of a chance at college. But with Club Atletico and semi-pro soccer like that, they definitely, it's more competitive from the outside. Like you can have people coming in. I can't tell you how many times I'd go to a practice and there'd be 3 players there that I've never met before that just showed up to give them a shot, see how they played, see if they were going to work with the team. So there's definitely a lot of inter squad competition. I feel like when it comes to that actual game, it's got a lot of similarities when it comes to just the speed of the game. But I think NPSL at times was definitely a little bit faster, because not only are you have older players, more experienced players, but you've got Division I guys, you've got professional players who, I played with a kid this summer who played professional soccer in I think it was Egypt. Like there's players who that you need that have a lot of experience and know what they're doing. So I think that's the biggest thing about club is you've got just a bigger pool of players to compete against compared to college.
Wow.
That's I want to know before Jay hits the speed round. Just okay, so this guy played in Egypt, and we know it's really hot there. What's the difference? Did he happen to mention anything about the heat comparison there with the humidity here in Missouri?
No, I didn't get to talk to him very much. I guess it was just he was one of those players that was there, and then I think he left like halfway during the season or something. But I've played with a lot of different players. I've played against players who have played professional soccer in different countries, and yeah.
Well, we would have talked to you. You know that, so that's all that matters. So, Jay, carry on. It is, I really do wish we had we're going to have to come up with a theme song to kick off the speed round, and I don't know what that is. Maybe I'll just leave that up to you, and you can come up with it. So I don't know. Go ahead. Kick it off.
Man, we are excited for the speed round. Now, the speed round, for anyone who's not familiar with it, is where we just want to get to know Ethan a little bit better. So we're just kind of have some rapid fire questions for him where he can maybe answer with just one word or one sentence if he needs to expound on it a little bit. Now, before we get into this, my number one question I always ask is, what is your favorite snack or meal after a game? Now, if you are not familiar, Ethan was on our show back on May 23rd, and I asked that question, and he said rice. And it took my brain, about 10 seconds to process rice, and I'm like, all right,
Longer.
I'm thinking.
I think longer.
It might have been longer. And I'm sitting here thinking, all right, I like some Chinese takeout rice. Maybe there's some grilled chicken in there and some steak. Maybe it's seasoned up real nice. So I start asking, hey, what kind of rice we talking? Brown rice, sweet rice, let's get some Chinese rice in here. And he was like, no, just white rice. And it took me another 2 minutes to really process that. But I'll tell you this, it's taken me however long May 23rd is now to August 8th to really officially be able to talk about it. It's given me night terrors. And so I have never had someone answer in my opinion just such a horrifying way, and it's really it's hurt me.
Yeah, your mom is saying wow. Your mom is just saying wow. Wow,
Look,
Jacob.
I'm a Guy Fieri fan, so I'm all about Flavor Town, and so that's anti-Flavor Town to me. And so anyways, but I will say this for the viewers, look at Ethan, look at me. You can tell that kid, he's in good shape. Let's just say that. So I did want to ask, all summer long, you're playing Club Atletico. Awesome games. You're rocking and rolling. After the game, what was your go-to snack? Are you sticking with white rice, or what do you got?
No, I definitely changed it. I definitely have to change it here. So it's hot in the summer, right? Very hot.
Okay.
So
okay.
My go-to for hot games, especially in summer, is watermelon.
Okay.
Watermelon. Well, there you go. Because you're nice and hot. Watermelon. You can eat as much watermelon as you want. You're never full.
Exactly.
No. Okay.
Seeds or seedless?
I mean, gotta go with seedless. You don't want the seeds; they're annoying.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just eat. Now,
Doesn't really matter.
Do you try to find the most plainest watermelon taste, or do you like a good flavorful watermelon? I just gotta ask.
It's gotta have a nice crunch to it,
You like the nice crunch. All right. This is a good answer. I'm gonna take it. All right.
Jay's feeling so much better. He's feeling so much better about himself.
Look, son, I don't care what you did in soccer, Ethan. For your meal choices, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm terrible. This is great. All right. Number 2. What is one thing that helps calm you down when you are stressed?
Ooh. Besides soccer?
Okay. So soccer does help when you're stressed.
Soccer,
what else?
Fishing.
Fishing. Nice.
Yeah, fishing. I love to fish. Big bass fisherman.
I don't know if the salt or no salt is directed at the watermelon
That's
or
the watermelon.
rice.
It was a
so
watermelon.
I'll ask. Okay, so watermelon, salt or no salt?
No salt. No.
I don't think I've ever put salt on watermelon. Is that a thing?
Yes, it is, and it's good.
Shelly, is that that's a thing, Dad? You confirm?
Absolutely, it's good.
Kate, get me some watermelon and salt. I'm trying it tonight. You kidding me?
Here's another good question real quick. You're going to have to ask this one.
This is from Mr. Tony Grandison. Thank you for joining. I have a question. Who is your favorite coach, your dad or your college coach?
Oh, my gosh.
No pressure.
Is Tony your current college coach? Let's clarify.
Huh?
Is Tony like a coach for you now? I just got to find this out. No, okay. That would have been real big pressure if he was.
Yeah,
okay.
that would have been some serious pressure.
Yeah, okay. So who's your favorite coach? Your dad or your college coach?
They're so different. I don't think I've ever really had like one coach that's like my favorite coach. Like they all have something that they're really good at, and I learned something different from everybody. I don't think there's one person who's like my all-time favorite coach ever.
So Ethan Blake is running for presidential office 2040.
Yes,
I'm telling you that right now, folks.
Boom.
Very political answer there, Ethan. Very political answer. But I love it. Hey, if any of our viewers are listening and they have questions, throw them on. This is fun. All right. Number 3. What chore do you absolutely despise doing?
Dishes.
Okay.
Wow. I hate the dishes. It's so gross. Ew, no.
He did not even hesitate. He did not hesitate, and it was like one of the fastest answers I have ever heard in the speed round.
Hey, I get itchy when I do dishes. I get it. It's fine. I always say, I'm allergic to it. It makes me itchy. Okay. Anyways. All right, number 4. What's your favorite workout in the gym?
Ooh. Favorite workout in the gym. Man almighty. I'd have to say probably box jumps.
Oh, box jumps. My brain was like boxing, and then no, box jumps. Okay, so where you're jumping up to the box. All right, how high are you jumping? What are you clearing?
I don't know. A decent amount, I'd say. Hopefully.
A lot
Depends. It
more than me.
depends.
If I can do box jumps as long as it's a shoe box. I can jump up to that shoe box. No doubt about that. All right. What is your favorite workout on the soccer field?
Soccer field. Ooh. I'd have to say wall ball.
What's wall ball? Help me out here.
Wall ball. So basically, it's just like kicking a ball against the wall. In a nutshell, is basically what it is. It's my favorite training method in general. It's kind of my go-to. I do wall ball typically, especially during at Columbia College. I did wall ball after every session, every training session. I stayed after for 30, 45 minutes. Did wall ball after each session. In the summertime, it's part of my pregame routine. So the day before of a game, I always have a wall ball routine that I do. It's just kind of my thing. I just love wall ball.
Okay, so Ethan, I'm just gonna have to tell you, when I was growing up, wall ball was because you had nobody else to play or practice with you, and you just kind of it was sad because you were out there by yourself, no competition. It was just you and the wall, and after a while, you're just like, somebody, please come rescue me from myself. But you were doing it for a training session. I didn't have that mentality for that one, so I don't know. Hey, favorite quote. Somebody has favorite quote real quick. Shelly wants to know favorite quote.
Favorite quote? Oh my gosh. I don't know if I have a favorite quote. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I have one. Like there's a lot of quotes I like, but I think the biggest one that me and my dad have been talking about recently is the 1% get 1% better every day quote. Have you heard that one before?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You told that.
That one's everywhere right now. But no, there's a lot of quotes out there that I like. Really, anything that's kind of motivational like that, I like all sorts of quotes in that.
I think your dad was trying to send that to us before every program that we should try to get 1% better every time we come on. But so far we're still working on that one. Jay, explain real quick what your lovely wife and my beautiful daughter is saying. Have you tried this seasoning on watermelon?
I have not. Katie, what type of seasoning do people put on watermelon? Tajin. What's Tajin seasoning? She says people are obsessed with Tajin seasoning and they use it for everything. Babe, get some Tajin seasoning on the next grocery order. And let's do this. I want the spicy kick. Dad, you'd probably love it.
I do like spicy. I do.
Yeah.
All
right, I'm in. Let's see here. Ooh, my next question. What's your least favorite workout? And that can go either in the gym or on the soccer field. What do you like? I don't want to do this. I'd rather go play wall ball.
Ooh, least favorite workout. I'd have to say probably, man, that's a hard one. I'd have to say probably like squatting of any sort. I hate squatting.
There you go.
It's just
fun.
not my thing. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, mine's running, and yet that's all you do. So there you go. I mean,
all right, here you go. Who do you lean on more for advice, your mom or your dad?
That depends. So if it's soccer related, my dad for sure. Like if he's giving me advice on like how to play something right, but if it's just like life advice or like I guess like emotional advice or something like that, it's definitely my mom. She definitely has that, that pick me up.
Definitely presidential material right there. Definitely.
Smart answer. I mean, he is just killing it. I'm telling you. Ethan Blake 2040, folks. 2040.
That's right.
He'll be running. Before I said that date, I was like trying to do the math and make sure I didn't mess up. I was like, what would be a good appropriate time for 2040?
Your mom says, don't ask Jay that.
Yeah. That's good. That's real good. All right, I've got one final question just so we can get to know you a little bit more. what's one part of your game that you're really trying to improve upon? Now, I know you talked about defense already, but I didn't know that before I wrote this down. But anyways, what's one part of your game that you really want to improve upon?
So obviously, you want to improve on everything, right? You never be perfect at anything. But I'd say the one thing this summer I've been really trying to work on has been shooting. For me, I felt like my shooting, goalies are a lot better now, keepers are a lot better. So I've been really trying to be more accurate as well as increase the amount of power I put behind the ball to basically just make it to where when I get around the goal and, the few opportunities you get at the college game and at the semi-professional level, you don't get very many opportunities around the goal. So when you do, you got to make them count. And so for me, I think that's the biggest thing is really just trying to make it to where when I shoot, ball's going in the back of the net. Like there's no doubt about it.
Very cool.
That's
Your
awesome.
mom,
Great answer.
your mom has got right on here. She says, I have plenty of soccer advice. So I love it when your mom comes on here. We've had your mom, Ethan, Jay's mom. I'm like, where is my mom? Where is she at? She's not. My mom needs to be on here. My goodness. All right.
I'll text
Is that all
Grandma.
you got?
I'll yell at her. That's all I have. It's your turn.
Okay, I just got a couple. All right. If you had to, what is the largest wild animal you feel you could defeat?
Largest wild animal I think I could defeat.
I mean, go wild here.
Jay.
Go wild
you
here.
Can't say Jay. I know I'm wild.
Man, I have no idea. I've never really thought about that.
Well, you need to be prepared. So that's why we're wanting to make sure you have that confidence.
It's true.
A cow. We're going to go with a cow.
A cow. All right.
Awesome. I think I can defeat a cow. They're big and they just kind of stand there. So
yeah. I think there's something called, it called cow tipping? I don't know what that is, but
I don't think it'd be much of a struggle.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
As long as that cow doesn't have horns attached to his head, I got you. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. And yes, exactly. All right. This is another food question. Okay, Ethan. I mean, this is what we're all about on here. Oh my goodness. Hold the presses. My mom is on. Hello, Mother. I was feeling lonely. Thank you for coming on. All right. Now I feel like this program is a success tonight. All right. What food challenge could you beat Jay by? What food challenge could you beat him the most in 10 minutes or less? The most food, you guys, what food do you think that you could really take him down in? Now, you can use whatever food you want. 10 minutes. You've got 10 minutes to eat the most.
I'm going to have to go with ice cream.
Oh.
Okay. If you would have picked white rice, you would have won, son. Look.
I'm betting on you have sensitive teeth on that one.
Oh, look at that. I was gonna say white rice too, but that was a good one. This next time he comes.
He's not wrong. I do have sensitive teeth. How do you know that?
Hey, no, just intuition.
All right. You've been
That's great.
Texting my wife, getting some lowdown scoops on me. All right,
well,
whatever.
Katie was throwing out white rice too, so that's what her thought was.
Funny.
All right,
I definitely could win in that too. But.
There you go.
Absolutely.
All right, we need to know what Muppet character best fits your personality.
Best fits my personality? What? I'm
banking on you know who the Muppets are.
Yes, I know who the Muppets are.
Okay, all right.
I know who the Muppets are. I mean, I'm just gonna go with Kermit.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with him. Just gotta go with old.
And because you did that, Jay is gonna do his Kermit the Frog impression for you right now.
Well, I mean, you have to pick Kermit the Frog. He is like the main character and everything. So, I mean, I honestly think that was a good answer.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, that was accurate. That was crazy.
Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you.
All right, this is my last one. What one person would you choose from all time to be able to sit down with and have a conversation, and why?
Have a conversation. That's a hard one.
That's what I strive for. every time.
Yeah, well, this speed round, it's not very speedy for me to think of all the people who ever were. Jeez Louise.
I like that. Not very speedy.
Gosh, that one's got me a little bit. I have no idea who I'd want to have a conversation with.
Okay, how about somebody you would just like to meet?
Somebody I'd like to meet?
Uh-huh.
I'd like to meet Lionel Messi for sure.
Okay. Good.
I mean, that's just been my player.
Absolutely.
It's just been my.
He would be a good one. I think he did I think I saw he did didn't he do a bicycle kick the other day?
Yeah.
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 Okay. Jay, I know what that is. Thank you. Tony Granderson says, I would love to see a hot wing eating challenge between Jay and Ethan. Me too.
I'd win that one. I think I'd win that one for sure.
Really?
For sure.
Really?
Yes. Without a doubt.
After one of the games, and I show up with, no shirt on and your face painted on my chest, we can go to the good old B-dubs afterwards. We can get some hot wings going. Let's get this going. I'm down.
Well, Ethan, you have done outstanding. You've provided us with some great information, some great insight, and some great entertainment by just letting us be ourselves and putting up with it. That's the bottom line. So, and thanks for being on here, because I had the opportunity to get to say hi to my mom tonight. So that's awesome. Thank you. All right. If you'll hold on with us, I'm going to let Jay go ahead and close us out. We have run out of time, but it's been a blast. We've enjoyed having you on here. Thank you for being on.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, One Nation. We have had an absolute blast tonight hanging out with Mr. Ethan Blake. Jennifer Blake said, great job, guys. Really appreciate that feedback. You all have been outstanding tonight. I loved the questions. I loved the comments. And I just want us to keep building upon that. You all set a great, great foundation block of what every episode should be like. So thank you. You guys are awesome. You guys can catch us here every Monday night at 7 p.m. Be blessed yourself, Shelly. Thank you. You can catch us here every Monday night at 7 p.m. We always love to bring on some awesome guests, give updates, especially when the school sessions are going on. We love to give you all updates on sports, where certain players are at, and just how the seasons are going. And if you want us to keep being able to do that, you know what you got to do. Subscribe to our channel and then tune in every week. And then just like tonight, keep commenting. Give us some laughs, thoughts, stories. We don't care. We absolutely love it. So thank you all so much for tuning in. We had a really good time tonight with Mr. Ethan Blake. Can't wait to have him on again and get caught up to see how his sophomore year went. You all stay blessed. Have a wonderful week. We absolutely love you. I'm the co-host, Jay, and you all know the host, the Bald Eagle. We'll see you all next week. Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us. God bless you. We'll see you next week.